today talking about the alignment audit. So the 4 Ds. Now there are actually only 3 Ds in this framework. The 4th D is because we are encouraging you to do this daily. So there are 3 Ds in the framework. The 4th D is because we are encouraging you to do this daily. So this is all about alignment. So you know this is something that I talk a lot about. Success is great, but if it's not aligned, it's not the success that you want. We want success to feel as good as it looks. So if your days feel very full but not aligned, this is a really nice, easy, simple way to check in daily, to check in for alignment. So it's the alignment audit, it's the 4 Ds, daily check-in, daily frameworks. I use it myself. I am teaching it to those in the aligned success community. I've been teaching it to clients over the last couple of months. This is more about productivity. It's about leading with intention, leading with purpose, taking action that reflects your values, your goals, and your energy as well. So this isn't the hustle and grind. We are not about that. We are not about the hustle and grind. We're about showing up. We're about showing up with purpose and with intention and that aligned momentum. So with this alignment audit, we are teaching ourselves how to be really clear on our goals and direction. We are creating that habit that helps us to design our days intentionally instead of just reacting to what comes in. So this is what I hear from a lot of people a lot of the time. They have a loose plan, but their days tend to be dictated by what else is coming in. So really what we're talking about is other people's priorities, what other people are planning, and not so much of our own. So when we have this in place, it means we are able to make conscious, values-led decisions and without guilt, without that increase of the risk of burnout. So we want to make sure that we've got a simple daily check-in that helps us to stay focused and helps us to stay aligned. So like I said, it is very simple, and it, when used consistently, can make a significant difference. And this is what is going to help you to create progress that actually feels good. So as I said, we've got 3 Ds that you do daily. So that's why it's the 4 Ds. So daily alignment audit. So the first D is direction. Are you clear on where you are going? Do the actions that you have lined up for today, do they support your goals? Are they aligned with your values? And does it align with that bigger vision? So the vision that you have for your team, for your area of the business, or for your business itself, does it all align? Are you clear on where you're going? Are your team clear on where you're going? Are your team clear on what the priorities are? How does it align with that bigger vision, and how does it align with your values? The second D, design. Is your day structured with purpose? Are you designing your day rather than allowing the day to happen by default? So this is a question that helps you to check in that you're working with intention rather than reaction. So it's checking in on the things that you are choosing to do, the day that you have designed. Is it a cost or an investment of your time and your energy and your attention? Because we want to make sure that we're getting that return on the investment of our time and energy. We don't just want to be giving and not getting that return. And ideally, we want as little time and energy with the biggest return. So we do that when we design it rather than having a day that happens by default. The third D, decision. What are you choosing and why? So it's so simple, it seems very obvious, but how often do we go through the day not thinking about what we're doing, not thinking about the decisions that we are making? So we need to make sure that it's a very conscious yes, not an automatic one, because that's what we always do, that's what we've always done, or one that's driven by habit, through fear, or by guilt. So we need to make sure that our decision making is very intentional. So as I said, 3Ds, nice and easy: the direction you're going in, designing the day, and being more conscious of the decisions that you make. And you want to do this daily. So this isn't a one-off, beginning of the quarter or beginning of the year. What are you planning to do? This is a daily micro check-in to see what you are doing and to raise that awareness. And we know that when we raise that awareness, that we tend to make better decisions because it's in our conscious. We are much more aware, and so we think things through, and we know we make better decisions. We see it the minute we are asked to record anything. So with the Aligned Success Blueprint program that started this week, the group this week have been looking at time audit. And we know that the minute we start to think about writing down where our time is going or being more aware of where our time is going, people make better decisions. It's the same when we record our activity and exercise. It's the same when we have to record our nutrition and what we're eating. It's the same when we start to think about our sleep and we have to check in with what time we go to bed and what we're doing before bed. We know that the minute we raise that awareness, we make better decisions. So this audit allows you to have that mini check-in every morning. That means your awareness is raised throughout the day. And eventually these become habits. You are able to show up for these without having to think about it. It just becomes a natural part of your decision-making process. So those are the 3Ds to do daily. So just a couple of things to think about. Start with where you're going. Just ask every morning, what matters most to me today? What do I need to do today to keep that momentum going and drive momentum forward? So I want to make sure that I am moving in the direction that I want to be moving in, and very purposefully moving in that direction. Secondly, what does your schedule say about what's important? So we want to make sure when we're talking about designing our day that checks in and aligns with the direction. We want to make sure that the structure of the day reflects those priorities. So when we're looking at our calendar should reflect what is most important. We should be able to look at our calendar at the beginning of the day and see that we have got things in place that protect that space to get those priority tasks done. In terms of your decision making, think about your decisions. Every choice is a vote for the direction you're going and what you're going to achieve, and it's a vote for what you're saying is important. So we need to make sure that what we're voting for aligns with what we're saying is important. So we want to make sure that the choice that we make supports what we are saying is important and doesn't sabotage it. So we want to make decisions with intention, not emotion. So this is why it's much easier to do that at the beginning of the day. Think about the awareness, think about the decisions, so that when we do make them, we aren't making them from that place of emotion. We're making them from a place of intention and purpose. Actively check in before the day runs you. So make sure that you've got moments in your day where you do take a minute. It doesn't need to be any more than that. Just a minute to just ask yourself that question, or just take a moment to reset, reflect, refocus, and get yourself back on track. One aligned action is much better than 10 reactive ones. So you want to make sure that you are designing the day, making those decisions at the beginning of the day, but you're also checking in throughout the day to make sure that you are on track. And repeat daily. You are not going to have perfection with this. There are too many things that are going to have that external influence. That means you can show up with the best of intentions. You can plan your day, you can design your day, you can be very aware of the decisions that you are going to make, but there will be occasions where the decisions that you need to make may be very different to the ones that you had planned out in the mornings. This is not about perfection. It's about staying really present to what you have determined is important and making sure that those things align. So this is a daily tool to help you to be much clearer on the direction that you're going in, and much more consistent in terms of the decisions that you make and how you design your day to be able to support that. So that's the audit alignment. So something for you to think about. If you paused for 60 seconds to check in with the direction, the design, and the decision right now. So, yeah, this is being recorded at lunchtime. I don't know what time you are watching this, but just check in now. 60 seconds. Check in the direction, design, and decisions that you are making today. Does it align? And if it's not aligning, what do you need to shift to bring it back into alignment? I'd love to hear. Feel free to let me know in the comments. Something to take away. So as I said, 3Ds daily. This is a mini micro check-in to help you stay in alignment. And if you've got any questions, feel free to ask.